Today I fucked up by running to my hot neighbor's house half naked in fear or death. Last night at about 2 a.m. my usually very placid German Shepherd started barking his ass off, so much so that it managed to cut through my comatose sleeping ability. So I, 19M, thought, sure, Halloween weekend, bound to be some reason for this. Upon peeking out the front curtain and see an empty street besides a beat-up Civic with the interior light on parked 20 mail from my front door. It's fine, I thought. Just some people relaxing in their car, starting to get weirded out. Decide to wait up for a bit to see if they move on and if my dog will chill out. Slam. My bedroom door closes hard. My room connects directly through the back laundry to the back door. So of course my mind immediately goes to the only possible explanation that my poorly rationalizing, night brain, could come up with: robbery. Frozen. I stand there for about a minute, absolutely convinced that my house is being robbed, and of course I've put myself in the one room with the hardest possible exit and no phone. With imaginary footsteps growing closer I sprint for the back window. After dropping a healthy 2 meters into bushes I bolt the 50 mail across the lawn to the neighbors. Not caring what they thought at that point, I ran round to their front door. Full on bedhead, in the most scant pair of boxers I own, I barge into my hot neighbor's Halloween after party. Fuck. Suddenly it occurs to me I never actually saw the robber, so surrounding but 15 extremely out of my league 20 years old girls, and I meekly say, I think there's someone in my house. Keep in mind that I have liked this girl for well over 5 years. Surely enough, the half-blasted dudes start hyping each other up, patting me on the back saying shit like, don't worry bro, we're gonna get the bastard, Fuick. At this point I'm seriously hoping that there is actually a robber there so I can retain some, albeit extremely small, level of dignity. Anyway, hot neighbor gets me the closest available clothing, a neon pink dressing gown, which happened to be extremely high thigh, awesome. Any and all adrenaline is most assuredly turning into dread at this point. You know where this is going. No one was there obviously. I look like an absolute ass in front of a lot of people I know and the girl I like. And to top it all off, as I'm walking up the steps after thoroughly checking the house with the bros, I step on the neon pink waist cord, trip, and smack my face on the wall. Holy shit, even writing this makes me want to curl up into a ball and die. Eventually worked out that the French doors had opened, causing my bedroom door to slam, and the dusty Civic out front was someone from the neighbors trying to hotbox the car. Safe to say I will decidedly not be going out in public ever again. Too long did not read. Thought I was getting robbed, ran to my hot neighbors to get help in my underwear and ended up making myself look like the biggest idiot to ever exist, ever. That's a brilliant story. You'll be telling it for years and remember it fondly. Trust me, you'll laugh about it when you speak to your neighbor next. Buy her a box of chocolates to thank her for saving you from your imaginary burglary. You broke the ice, congrats. That's all it takes. Now learn humility, laugh at yourself, and you now have a reason or topic to start off a good convo with this girl. Maybe ask her out. Coffee, apologize for the disruption. Ask to make it up to her. Lol, use this to your advantage bro. I am so sorry this happened, see no evil, I get why you were freaked out. But for all they know the intruder was gone when you got their winking face. I was chuckling for most of the story, but the tripping and the face smacking is where I started laughing uncontrollably. Even now. That's rough, man. LMFAO. Dude, honestly that's one of the greatest stories I have ever heard. Honestly not a bad way to get to meet your neighbor though. Should ask her where she got that robe because you want one. You already started with a hell of an icebreaker to make her laugh. You're amazing. Great story, and yes, it will be a classic in a few years. On a for real note. You did have some signs that things weren't right, so don't beat yourself up too bad for getting help. Ha ha ha, well that was one hell of a ride. Tripping over the bathrobe was funny as hell, NGL. But don't worry too much. If she's even a little bit into you, she'll probably find this whole situation funny and adorable. XD. Now do it again tomorrow. But this time stay the night with her. Today I fucked up by gifting a detective kit to my friend's kids. This happened a few months ago. I got in contact with an old friend whom I haven't seen in a while and deciding to drop by his house to catch up. He has a wife and 2 kids. One of which recently had a birthday, so it would look nice for me to bring a gift, right? Well, I checked out a few stores and settled one of those toy detective kits, because I remembered he was into crime, detective stories back in the day. Fun for the whole family, right? Then, I go at his place, we greet, exchange small talk, and the kids come in and I give them the gift. They love it, and unpack it right away. It has many things, a Sherlock-like magnifying glass, fingerprint finder, and a UV light with a UV visible blood. The kids run around and we chat for about half an hour. Then, one of the kids comes screaming that their house is a murder house, and want us to check the parents' bedroom. We go there laughing, and the laughing awkwardly stops as we see there is, indeed, UV visible liquid all over the room. The kids think it's blood from a murder, but the adults exchange awkward looks between each other. What follows is a excruciatingly long half-hour of awkward chit-chat and two kids terrorized to live in a murder house. I left eventually, and I'm not sure how they fixed this, and it's too awkward to bring it up. Too long did not read. I brought a UV light toy to my friend, which revealed family secrets in their bedroom. More like, today they fucked up by not cleaning thoroughly. Happy for their sex life though. Plot twist, someone was actually murdered in the bedroom. We shouldn't come to any conclusions. Should have said it was bug blood and that's why they don't have any bugs in the house. Sweat and drool as well as all other bodily fluids, human and otherwise, also glow. So that was all your potential brothers and sisters. This wasn't a mess up on your part. This was a mess up, quite literally, on theirs. Lol. Could have been any number of bodily fluids. Today I fucked up by asking my 30-year-old boyfriend to turn on the dishwasher. We've lived together for 5 years. I do the laundry and dishes and he does harder things like clean the bathroom etc. It's worked out fine, until today when I was running late and I needed my Halloween dishes to be clean for another party today, so I asked him to run the dishwasher. He failed in our entire 5 years to ever tell me he's never used a dishwasher or clothes washer. I came home 30 minutes later to an entire kitchen and dining room full of soap suds. Like massive monster of suds. I call my boyfriend downstairs and he had no idea what he did wrong and why there was soap everywhere, thinking I was pranking him. After some confused conversation I evaluated he used Dawn in the dishwasher. So guests were starting to arrive as we were half done cleaning, but made a good laugh at least. I blame myself, he moved out of his parents' house to me, never lived on his own before, so I should have known. I should have known. After 3 years ago I asked him to throw wet towels in the dryer and he set it to delicates when there's literally a towel setting. Too long did not read. Boyfriend filled the house with suds. If it makes you feel better, my, then, 14-year daughter and her pals were on cleanup duty on vacation. Did a great job cleaning up the kitchen, pots and pans, loaded the dishwasher, we all left to hit the hot tub, and when we all returned, the kitchen was knee-deep in suds. Dawn dishwashing soap, FTW. Wow. Imagine being 30 and never having used a clothes or dishwasher. I moved out of our ex's and mine apartment and staying with my mom. Several months later he texts me asking if we had dishwasher soap tablets. I'm like, no. So he tells me he's just gonna use Dawn dish soap, and I've seen movies so I knew where this was going and told him it was a bad idea, but it was too late. He already put it in and started it. Maybe 1 hour later he texts me saying, "Fuck man, there's soap suds everywhere, what the fuck did I do wrong? I thought this was gonna work." I am cracking up laughing my ass off. Told him, at least your kitchen floor's gonna be clean, rolling on the floor laughing. Told me he's gonna go get dishwasher soap, lol. No dude 25 is old enough even living with your parents to be washing your own clothes and doing dishes. This boy was sheltered. You blame yourself when he could have easily opened his mouth and told you that he didn't know how to use the dishwasher? Yeah, that makes sense. That happens. Hope you never find out what a crayon, left in a pocket, can do the inside of a dryer. I'm not sure why you're blaming yourself for these things, but I'm glad you two got a good laugh out of it. Also, it's should've, or should have, but otherwise your English is great. I guess it really dawned on him. I'll show myself out. Today I fucked up by selling a PS5. So I work at a little game store in a mall. We mainly deal with retro consoles, but we also have a few of the newer ones. Yesterday when I was opening the store my boss called me letting me know that there was this guy that wanted to buy a PS5. He said not to sell to him because he only wants to use credit and my boss thinks he's going to try and fight the payment. He gave me the guy's description, however I heard what he said wrong because my boss isn't very clear over the phone. Well, today the guy comes in and I completely forgot about what my boss said. My brain just didn't put 2 and 2 together. So I sell the PS5 to him, he uses credit. I call my boss and he starts to freak out in a panic type of way, not like yelling. Anyways, now I'm really stressed and I feel like I shouldn't go into work tomorrow. And I'm just now realizing that min wage is not high enough for me to deal with this. TLR I sold a person a PS5 completely forgetting that my boss had warned me about this guy. Edit. I wasn't going to just not show up. I Meyer meant that I should call off work. My bad on the miscommunication, also everything is good. I wrote this right after it happened and I've since calmed down. Edit 2. For those of you asking, my boss thought he was shady because he had been refused service once before by a coworker who had called and asked the boss. However, I didn't know this. I just thought the guy had come and asked if he could pay with credit and said he would come back later. Some of these responses seem very dickish, so I'll give you one from fresh experience. I'm 20 and I got my first job at 18 at a pet store, the shitty one. And I had some fuck-ups there involving high-priced items. I owned up to the mistakes, apologized, and my managers helped me prevent it from happening again by using it as a learning experience. I'm guessing you work at a GameStop. I've known tons of people that worked there and the only time someone was fired was when they stole stuff. And if you get let go due to an easy mistake for anyone to make, especially someone new, then that's on them. I highly doubt you will get fired. Just go into work like it's any regular day, and apologize to your boss over the situation. You simply had it slip your mind and you're new. You fucked up, got to go in to face the music. Sorry. Well, hopefully it's just a random customer who happened to want to buy a PS5 and used credit. It's alright buddy, we all mess up, and if you're fired, get a new job. Op had one job. Boss told him not to F up. He F up. Just go in tomorrow and tell your boss you're sorry and you forgot about the guy. Let you boss handle the charge back. That's his job. Some pretty harsh responses here. I hope you guys never made a mistake at work. My question. For what reason does your boss think this guy will dispute the charge?